welcome back to part 666 of my cassette tape collection. Robert C. Kozletsky, what is this one called? Pulsed in a Dull Glass Bell. This was another one I mentioned on Inner Sanctum episode, let's see, number 6. I don't know if that's true, but whatever. I don't remember what this sounds like at all, but Robert C. Kozletsky is, of course, the mastermind behind Apocryphos and some other dark ambient band I can't remember right now because I'm drunk. And this is really cool stuff. It's a little more experimental and noisy, but don't take my word for it because I haven't listened to it in a really long time. God, I hope this is enjoyable for you guys. I'm having fun. And Lee Harvey Oswald. So, a buddy of mine, this was a band he was doing back in the late 90s, and he gave this to me about 7 years ago. And he was like, here's one of my old bands. And then I got home and I checked it out, and it was a blank cassette tape. So I was like, dude, this is a blank cassette tape, and what the fuck does your band sound like? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. So, I hope I didn't break anything. Another Marble Bog tape, and this is Forest Heart, released by Dread Records, re-released by Dread Records. This is, by most accounts, the best Marble Bog release. This is more of his straightforward black metal stuff, and a fun little insider thing. That mountain is, or not so much a mountain, but a bluff, is near my friend Miguel's property out in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, that him and his wife bought. And it's sort of like their country relaxing home. And this is like a, what am I even, well, anyway. Marble Bog's Forest Heart. Good a mixture of raw black metal, some dark ambient shit, and yeah, more very Burzum sounding stuff. Alright, holy moly, we are getting to the end here, people. Up next is Decagram. And this is another one from Gray Matter Productions, and one of the newer ones, and as it turns out, it doesn't sound too bad. It comes in this velvet pouch with this candle, which I guess I'm supposed to burn and have a satanic ritual. But this is the guy behind Gray Matter Productions, and this is a solo black metal project. I think I've only listened to this once, and I thought it was okay. It's raw black metal, and yeah, I don't know. I need to listen to it again. But I thought the concept of having a cassette tape in a little drawstring pouch was pretty cool. And well, we'll just do two at once here. Metallica, oh, son of a bitch! So Metallica's Kill 'Em All, and Metallica's Black Album from 1991. These are, of course, you know, classic albums by most accounts. I definitely prefer Kill 'Em All over the Black Album, but I bought both of them in the late 90s, early 90s, probably around 92 or 93 when I was really getting into heavy metal, and I mean, I still love Kill 'Em All to death. Black Album, not so much. In fact, I went about 10 years without listening to them, then just about a year or two ago, I threw the Black Album on. I was just like, why? Like, it's so bad. And it's such a just deliberate sellout album, and yeah, man. I mean, I could probably sit here and make a 40-minute video about why Metallica sucks and how, like, just cringy and everything they've done since, like, the 80s is, but I'll spare you, I guess. But Kill 'Em All rules. And, oh, notably, I don't know if it's rare or anything, but this has Metal Militia and I Am Evil as bonus tracks on here, so it's probably actually really, so it's probably not actually rare at all, but whatever, it's still cool, I guess, I don't know. And, oh yeah, so 156 is Goodbye Bedstoy, and I actually never listened to this recording, but I guess it's like a bunch of like field recordings layered on top of each other, like field recordings made in New York, busy streets and such. Like, I guess I should probably listen to it sometime because it comes with this cool little envelope and this little book, which oh my goodness, there's this whole story in here. Wow, look at all. I'm an asshole. Guy sent this to me. I never listened to it. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get done making this video. 4 more. So this one is a little tape trade I did with this dude whose name I cannot for the life of me remember. But back around 2001, he was doing this death metal band named Cremation. And he sent me their demo CD and their first CD to my zine, Lunar Hypnosis, for review. And he was a German guy, and then he started telling me how he was good friends with Peter from Abigor, and I'm a huge Abigor fan, and he was like, dude, I can like get you like some rare, like rough demos and stuff like this. And this guy, God, I wish I remembered his name, but he was one of the original members of Dark Fortress, so as you can see in there, there's the Dark Fortress rough mixes, and for all I know, this is super rare. Like, I don't know if a lot of people have heard this. Probably not, because I don't think it's on, like, YouTube or anything. And the MSD Gion stuff, the raw demo mixes on there, too. And then the Strid End of Life demo and some other shit's on here, too. Which is, Strid is like a Norwegian black metal band. By most accounts, the first DSBM black metal band. But they only released, like, a demo and a few EPs in the early 90s, and they split. But, yeah, I've had this for, Jesus, probably almost 20 years now since me and that dude did that trade. What the hell was his name? I'll remember later. Alright, so, 3 more, I'm sorry. This is the Castlevania Symphony of the Night cassette tape. And let me tell you something, this is 100% fan-made. Back in the day, I used to have my PlayStation hooked up to a TV that had a built-in VCR. And I also had this TV hooked up to my stereo, and I was able to basically record all the audio from my TV. And I meticulously recorded every single song from the Castlevania Symphony of Night video game while playing. So as you can imagine, I had to do like fade-outs and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun and like cool. And then my brother, who was really good at graphic design, made this layout for it. And I mean, we did this back in like the late 90s when the video game first came out. And I mean, like, I know it probably sounds like it doesn't probably look that cool like by today's standards or whatever, but like it was cool that he was able to do this for like a layout back then. And I've held on to this all these years, and like this looks super pro. I mean, obviously the cassette's a generic cassette, but like I think it looks pretty pro, and I've held on to this all these years. And yeah, because I never bought the actual CD of the album, the soundtrack. And if you ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it's a really good soundtrack. Yeah, so speaking of the same theme, this was an Oasis all around the world live at Manchester, England. I was a huge fan of Oasis in the 90s. I thought they were fantastic, and I still to this day love, adore their first 2 albums and all the B-sides. I think it's just fantastic. It's some of the best music that was released around that time, and I will always love it. And this was a concert that was on MTV in the late 90s, shortly after Be Here Now came out, which was, I think, 97? And again, so I was able to, I recorded the program to a TV, then I recorded it to a cassette tape, and yeah, obviously not as exciting artwork for this one, but, whatever. And the sound quality for this one was really bad. I don't know why, but somehow I got really good sound quality for the Symphony of the Night one, but I don't know. And last but certainly not least is, and now a word from our sponsor. What the hell is, and now a word from our sponsor? Well, back in the early 90s, me and my brother, we were really inspired by like Saturday Night Live, Wayne and Garth, and Weird Al, and we started doing these like improv sketch comedies where basically we just hit record and seen what happened. And that's essentially what this is. We made several tapes of this stuff. Like, I think there was at least 8 tapes when we finally got sick of it. But this was sort of like the creme de la creme of sorts. And we had we released this, I guess you could say. There was one single copy only. And it was just basically this improv sketch comedy. And it's funny as hell listening to this, because this was made in 1996. So we're talking like... I was 15 in 1996, and my brother was 13, or 12 and a half. I don't know exactly. But it was cool, because we made this whole, like, layout and everything. We had, like, really stupid song titles, and we even, like, drew, like, artwork and stuff like that. I mean, it was a fun time. It's one of those things we did back in the 90s, you know, just that childhood innocence thing. And I don't know if anyone would actually care about hearing this someday, but I guess I'd have to talk to my brother to see if he was okay with it. But I had thought about putting this on my Bandcamp site just for a laugh. But problem is I don't know how to convert a cassette to a digital file, so that would be problematic, of course. So that is my cassette tape collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, or videos should I say. This is either part 3 or part 4, I have no idea, but this is what I hold my cassette tapes in. I don't buy cassette tapes too often, but they do pass through my hands here and there, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. So thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting this channel, as always.